a great question I got the other day with someone saying, Matt, when you started the Red Delta project, you were doing single leg squats. And now it's like 7 years later, you're still doing single leg squats. Like nothing's really that different. So what, have you been in like a plateau for the past several years with your legs? The reality is, of course not. My legs are far stronger and far more capable than they've ever been. In fact, the other day I had to buy new bike shorts and I had to go up a size because my thighs, my muscles are getting bigger in my legs. So, but the fact of the matter is that I'm not really doing anything all that different as far as my squats go. Like, I'm still doing roughly the same technique. I'm not even doing that many more reps. Like, if you took my workout program from back then, it's about the same as it is now. There's not a whole lot different. I'm doing like some explosive stuff afterwards as like just a finisher. But for the most part, I'm doing about the same workout with the same reps and the same exercise, yet I'm much better shape. And the question is, how is this happening? And the answer is really important for you to understand for your long-term progress in your training, especially with bodyweight training. Because in the past, myself included, like everybody always tells you, well, progress is all about increasing either more weight on the bar or a better routine or adding reps. Not that these things are not important, they certainly are, and you should consider them, but they are by far not the be-all, end-all to your success, especially as you get more advanced. These things probably won't change very much as you get more advanced from 1 week to the next, hell, even maybe 1 year to the next, but that doesn't mean you can't still make a lot of progress. At the end of the day, your training boils down not to weight or to even technique, or even to resistance and reps and having the best routine. Your success, whatever your goal is, boils down to what your brain is telling your muscles. The body is just like a machine. We always say that in fitness, right? It's a machine and you should fuel it well and everything. Well, it's a machine, and what do machines do? They do what computers tell them to do. All those automated machines in automobile factories and such, right? They run on computers. That's your computer. And what are computers run off of? Software and operating systems, right? Code. So what's the code that is in your thoughts? It's basically your neurological code, if you will. Now in my book, Fitness Independence, I talk about this as the root of your muscle. Everything about your muscles, what you can do with them, the capability, the size, the strength, everything depends on this neurological code that your brain is sending to your muscles. If you're not focusing on improving and progressing that code, it doesn't matter what your workout looks like. It doesn't matter what tools you're using, and it doesn't matter what routine you're following. The code is the same, so it's basically applying the same program over and over, just in slightly different situations. But you enhance that code, suddenly everything works a lot better. So how do you do this? I know that's the question, like, okay, Matt, so how do I make this happen? Well, it's more art than science, but the thing that's neat, as again I explain in my book, is that not only is your brain sending signals to your muscles are sending signals back to your brain. It's a neurological cycle of instructions and feedback, and what's really going to tell you what you need to do to improve is the messages coming back to your mind from your muscles. How is your range of motion? Where is your muscle tension? Stability, balance. These are all things that I've paid attention to with my squats over the years. I'm trying to improve my balance. I notice, oh, my glutes are kind of turning off at the bottom of the squat. I'd better get to working on more tension at the bottom of the squat, or stability, or I'm trying to torque, or sometimes it's like, oh, I've been squatting lately and my weight's going on my toe. I should pay attention to that. Why is that happening? What muscles are turning on? What can I do to change that and modify it around? The reality is the quality of your reps are what is most important in your training, and essentially the quality of your brain talking to your muscles. So you don't always need more weight, you don't need a better routine, you don't always need more reps. If you have better reps, you'll get better results, even if all of this other stuff is still staying the same, or relatively the same over time. So pay attention to your techniques, and then just everything, including your pistol squats. What is lacking? What can you work on to improve the quality of each rep? And that's going to make you stronger. And ironically enough, the better your reps get, then you're going to actually be able to do more reps and do 100 push-ups and so on. Let me know if you have questions down below. Be fit, live free.